This is Isolette. I found her 2 years ago while doom scrolling on eBay as one does. She promised me beautiful big negatives in a cute portable package. And I of course couldn't resist. But things didn't go exactly as planned.
Oh no!
After that shoot, she went straight into a drawer for almost 2 years to think about what she'd done. But now she's back, and I guess I'm willing to give her another chance. Because maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was me. To find out, let's go back to where it all began. Her full name is Agfa Isolette 4.5, and she was made in Germany somewhere between 1945 and 1950. Folded up, she looks like this, but with the push of a button, she unfolds. An action that I admit feels quite satisfying. Now, I am no stranger to manual film cameras. I have shot anything from simple 35mm cameras to twin lens reflexes, to big medium format beasts. But none of them have given me the struggle that Isolette was about to give me. While the listing said that this camera was in perfect shape, the lens was not very clean and one of the dials was pretty hard to move. Luckily, I have a handy boyfriend who took care of these issues, so I should be ready to go. Right? Loading a film camera you're not familiar with is always a bit of a struggle, as sometimes you load them from left to right, other times from bottom to top, and other times simply all the way around. This one you load from right to left, and it has this little thingy that pops out, which is kinda cute. The problem was that once the film is in, you kinda have to unroll it to the other side, and well, this roll wasn't rolling. So I decided to try and help it along a bit.
Oh no!
Well, that escalated quickly, but I will not be deterred by a little bit of broken paper. So I did some very careful and extremely precise repairing.
Many unbearable hours later.
Then I made my second mistake. As my boyfriend came up to check on what all the yelling was about, I kinda got distracted while further loading the film.
Kodak. 2.
Yeah, traditionally you're supposed to start at 1, but let's not get caught up on the details. Let's go to a cute park here in France and test out this camera, shall we? There are quite a few difficulties to overcome when shooting this camera. First of all, there is no light meter. So you have to measure the light separately and then put the corresponding aperture and shutter speed on the camera. This is something that I'm used to with other cameras, so it doesn't really bother me. A bigger problem for me is setting the focus. The small viewfinder, if you can even find it, doesn't really tell you if your subject is in focus or not. You basically have to guess how far your subject is away from you, and then you dial in that distance on your camera. When you're shooting things that are a little bit further away at a smaller aperture, you don't necessarily need to get the distance exactly right. But if you like shooting portraits at a bigger aperture like I do, getting the focus right does become a lot more crucial. Since I'm not great at estimating distances, I got this little thingy to help me out. It's a basic little separate rangefinder. When you look through it on one side, you will see two colored images overlapping. You turn the wheel, and when the two images are perfectly aligned, that is the distance that you are away from the subject. So when we know the distance, we can dial that information into our camera. Yeah, this one was definitely not in focus. But I do like the colors, and I also really like the swirly bokeh. So there might be some hope for this camera after all. Another thing that I noticed is that a lot of my photos weren't just out of focus, they were also blurry. Like the camera was shaking when I was taking the photo. Now I don't really remember the shutter speed that I was shooting at this day 2 years ago, but I was shooting Agfa 100 on a cloudy day, so I guess it wasn't the fastest shutter speed. I also remember feeling that the shutter seemed a little bit sticky, so that probably also didn't help.
Willows and wildflowers now. New life is found. What a beautiful world it is. Autumn on the mountain.
That self-portrait actually turned out alright, but my favorite photo of that day is the next one.
I know it now, I knew it then. What a beautiful world it is. My love, wild as the flames from the sun, free as the river she runs, and she brings back to mind what a beautiful world it is.
While the viewfinder doesn't show you your focus, it also doesn't really show you your composition. As I mentioned, the viewfinder is quite small, and if you look through it at the slightest angle, your composition will be off, which is something that happened to me quite a few times.
There's a kitty in this one. Hello. Hello.
She's not a stray cat.
Yeah, I was definitely aiming at a bit more of a centered composition on this one. Anyway, we decided to look for a change of scenery and decided to follow the sound of ringing bells in the distance. So after all of this camera basically lay in a drawer for almost 2 years. But as I am older now and much wiser, I decided to give her another chance. Alright, let's see if I can do a slightly better job than I did last time. Okay, in there, you go there. Yeah, I can see where I went. This thing is so stiff over here. Why? pull it a bit like this. And then this one in here. Come on. Yeah. Try to help it along a bit like this. All right. So far. And then we have to wind here. We have an arrow. Kodak 1. So we headed out into the city on the first day without rain in weeks. This time I had loaded the camera with some Tri-X 320, which should allow me to shoot at faster shutter speeds and smaller apertures. And I also brought along my little rangefinder friend to help me with the distances. So I'm at 1/300, 10, and I put it to 5.6.
Tip on the shoulder.
Oh, see, could do a reflection shot.
They must have known it's alright, babe. Anyway, yeah, when summer's over,
All right, so winding first.
come in soon. It's alright, babe. Anyway,
2.
everybody loves a loser, or at least that's what she said. They were
These first 2 shots turn out alright, I think. I'm very happy to see that there doesn't seem to be any sticky shutter issues, and I think being able to shoot at a shorter shutter speed definitely helped with that.
guys in your head. I will stand. He's out inside.
Yeah.
Out with the cool kids, taking exposure. Well, he's alright, love.
I like that view.
Sending them in for song.
First, let us
Taking
wind.
the cameras, they're winking at your son.
Feel like the button is
Keeping your place. Station some
3.
design the room.
And then
Going for the dog dance. Kiss
let's go to 100ths of a second and F8.
Everybody loves a loser, or at least that's what she said. They wouldn't understand. Everybody loves the good guy, to the good guys in your head. I would understand.
Can I take a photo of you? Please? No. I go stand over there. Okay, let me think this through. First I wind. Let me already wind it. We're at photo number 4. Then, what distance are you from me? More like 3 meters, I would say. Maybe I will double check with the small thingy. Yeah, 4 meters. I don't have enough hands. This thing is saying 3 meters. Yeah. Am I staying at 8/100? 8/100, 3 meters. Yeah, 3. Wait. 3, 2. Wait. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. One thing I definitely still struggled with was the viewfinder. Depending on how you look through it, the composition changes, so I really had to try and look as straight through it as possible. But it's so hard to tell what is my... Can you hold it up again, your camera, like you were before? A bit more casual. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Even though we were promised sun on this day, so far it hadn't come out. But it seemed that the sky was finally starting to clear up a bit. It didn't really make things easier though, as it did make the lighting change every few seconds. Yo, Napoleon! What's up? Napopo! So now we have sunny conditions. Yeah, it's
Changing like every 2 seconds.
yeah. I feel like this button is always unscrewing a bit as well. Let's do 8/300. Oh, sun. Finally. After all these years. I like that the clouds are reflecting in the windows over there, but it's not that obvious on photo, I think. But then the sun started to go down and my little action camera decided to stop working. I'll try one. And then it was really getting too dark to keep photographing, so we headed home and I finished the roll the next morning. It was raining again, so I just decided to make a few shots indoors. And I used a mechanical timer and my tripod to make a few self-portraits. I knew it was going to be tricky, but I decided to try one photo without the tripod for my last shot. Overall, I'm definitely happy that I gave this camera another try. It definitely does make you slow down a lot, and it really puts into perspective how far we've come technology-wise and how easy it is to take photos with our recent cameras. Even though I really love the slow process of film photography, I think this camera might be even too slow for my liking. But I do think that with a bit more practice from my side, especially learning zone focusing for example, I could get faster shooting this camera and it could become a really great portable medium format film camera. So let me know, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it was worth the 29 euros that I paid for it? And would you shoot something like this? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.
Wow! And now it breaks.